Behind almost every mind-blowing AI application you use, every incredible image it generates, every piece of code it writes, there's this one single critical ingredient that makes it all happen.
Seriously, think about it. Whether you're using Microsoft's Copilot to help you write an email or you're asking ChatGPT to come up with a business plan, they all rely on the very same foundational piece. So what is it? That secret ingredient? It's NVIDIA. They are providing the essential raw material that's fueling AI across basically every major platform out there. And to really understand how they got so dominant, we're going to think less about technology and a lot more about chocolate.
Okay, so let's dive into this with a really simple but I think powerful analogy. To get NVIDIA's role, just imagine the entire AI industry is one massive chocolate factory. Now, to make any kind of chocolate, doesn't matter if it's milk, dark, or white, you first need cocoa beans. Well, in the world of AI, NVIDIA is providing those essential cocoa beans.
So, let's start where it all begins, the raw ingredients. We're talking about the hardware. This is the base layer, where the raw potential for artificial intelligence is first unlocked. Kind of like how all that rich flavor is locked deep inside a cocoa bean.
The parallel here is pretty striking. Cocoa beans are raw, they're potent, and they are absolutely essential. You just can't make chocolate without them. In the exact same way, NVIDIA's GPUs, their graphics processing units, are the raw, unbelievably powerful, and frankly non-negotiable building blocks for training any serious AI model today.
And NVIDIA offers way more than just one type of bean. They've got a whole lineup of what you could call AI factories. Their famous A100 and H100 GPUs are the workhorses, for sure, but they also build entire supercomputing systems like the Grace Hopper Superchips and DGX systems. I mean, these are the industrial strength grinders that the world's biggest companies are using to process mountains of raw data and turn it into real intelligence.
But look, raw hardware, just like raw cocoa beans, isn't enough on its own. You can't just chew on a bean and call it a chocolate bar, right? You need a process, you need refinement. And in the AI world, that refinement happens at the software layer.
This is where something called CUDA comes into play. If GPUs are the cocoa beans, then you can think of CUDA as the cocoa butter. It's this crucial software layer that refines all that raw power from the hardware and makes it programmable and accessible for developers. And honestly, this is NVIDIA's secret weapon. It's their own proprietary platform that people have been building on for over a decade. This creates an incredibly powerful lock-in, like an economic moat that makes switching to a competitor's hardware just really, really difficult.
So it all comes together in this pretty simple three-step production line. You start with the hardware. Those are the beans, the raw horsepower. Then, the CUDA software layer refines that into usable intelligence. That's the cocoa butter. And only then can developers create the final AI apps we all know and use, the finished chocolate bar.
Of course, not all chocolate tastes the same. A great chocolatier combines their cocoa butter with other ingredients, sugar, milk, spices, whatever. Well, NVIDIA does the same thing but through partnerships to create this huge variety of specialized AI solutions.
This is a massive part of their strategy. By teaming up with giants like VMware for private AI, AWS and Azure for cloud stuff, and Snowflake for data platforms, NVIDIA makes sure its cocoa beans are available in every digital kitchen you can imagine, ready for any recipe.
This ability to create so many different flavors leads us to a really important distinction. The AI we use every day versus the specialized AI that powers big businesses. It's kind of like the difference between a mass-market candy bar and a fancy gourmet truffle. So here's how that actually plays out. Consumer AI, like ChatGPT, that's your everyday Hershey's bar. It's accessible, it's popular, it's made for everyone. Enterprise AI, though, that's more like a gourmet Ghirardelli square. It's crafted for a very specific business goal, like financial modeling, and it comes with really strict requirements for security, compliance, and performance. And the thing is, both are built on an NVIDIA foundation, just designed for very different tastes.
So what about the future? I mean, who's inventing the next totally new flavor of AI? Well, that brings us to this whole ecosystem of innovators. Think of them as the small batch artisanal AI makers. This is where NVIDIA's Inception program comes in, and it's a really brilliant move. It's a global incubator that supports thousands of AI startups, basically creating a farm system for the next big thing. These are the artisanal chocolatiers of the AI world, creative people experimenting with bold new recipes and pushing the limits of what's possible.
And these are not just small-time experiments. We're talking about companies like Runway ML, which is transforming video generation, Recognize, which is innovating in autonomous vehicles, and DeepCell, which is applying AI to genomics. All of them are part of this program. all building the next generation of AI solutions.
So when you strip it all away, the core idea is simple. The source material for this explainer put it perfectly. Just like chocolate, AI wouldn't taste the same without the right cocoa beans. From the hardware that grows them, to the software that refines them, to the ecosystem that experiments with them, NVIDIA provides that one foundational ingredient.
And that leaves us with a final thought to chew on. With all these brilliant, artisanal AI chocolatiers hard at work, all experimenting with that same core ingredient, what new flavor do you think is going to be the one to change the world next?